Spilling the tea on my experience selling LuLaRoe, part 9. So throughout 2018 and 2019, I had moved to Austin, Texas, and there were some shifts within the company. And the biggest shift, in addition to inventory and bonus checks, was because of all these changes, you really had to take a different approach to selling than we used to in the past. In the past, you could literally put up a graphic, like I said, and say mystery leggings, $25, and people would buy hundreds of them. And because things had shifted a little bit, we also had to shift our approach to selling. And what I think a big problem is that people did not want to put themselves out there and embrace the shift. So the people you saw continuously be successful were embracing this idea that I can't just put up some random graphic and I'm gonna make $1,000 tonight. I actually need to, build a community. I need to put myself out there. I need to actually sell and treat this like an actual business. And so, I've watched the documentary. I see a lot of people have many thoughts, and I will always say that there were some issues, obviously, with the prints and demand outrunning supply. But at the end of the day, you chose to sign up to be a business owner. It was my responsibility to treat it like a business, and I had to actually try. And I think this was part of the problem with things popping off so fast in the beginning, is that people were making insane amounts of money without trying. And when it came time to try, people just didn't know how. They were reluctant and resistant towards actually putting themselves out there to try to sell. My opinion, you might talk to 100 other people that have a different opinion, but that is my opinion. And I'm not gonna lie, I fell victim to this. I was not putting myself out there as much anymore. I was really resistant to the fact that I had to actually try. And I also had this other world that was opening up to me. I was living in Austin. I was having a great time. I had friends. I'd bought a house. I was focused on all these other things. I did not go on the cruise in 2019 because I had literally closed on a house, and the cruise was during the time, the week after or something. And I was like, no, I'm going to stay here. This is important to me. And I do think when you're not immersed in that bubble anymore, your mindset starts to change. And I will always say nothing bad about LuLaRoe, nothing bad about my experience, but my life changed, and it didn't really align with what was necessary to continue to sell. All that to say, I was still making the same amount of money, about $200,000 a year in 2018. And again, this was my sole income. $200,000 is a lot of money for someone to make. And again, I thought I could ride it out. Come to the next part.